Standing on the edge of that building, I looked down, seriously contemplating on jumping. What was life that I would hold on to it? I wanted to die. Perhaps that would end my sufferings. I'm fine. Isn't that the biggest lie we tell not only to people but to ourselves too? Hey, I'm Amy and I'm 14. I often came to the roof of this abandoned building whenever I had this urge to end my life. I'll stare below and yet not muster courage enough to jump. Sometimes, laying in my bed, I often wished I could just sleep and not wake up. I'll spend hours in the dark, having this deep feeling of sadness, purposelessness and numbness. The whole world was painted black and happiness to me was such a strange concept. It haven't always been like this though. I think while growing up I used to be happy. I grew up with my mom and dad. They both had corporate jobs, though I've never known what exactly they did. They were scarcely home but would always bring gifts for me when coming back. They provided me with quite a comfortable life. Housemates to take care of me, the latest electronic gadgets and a chauffeur to drive me around. I was what you would call a spoiled kid, and by then I really liked it. Few times when mom was home on a weekend, we would do some sewing together. I think those were the best moments of my childhood, especially when dad was around. Just having him around was enough, even though he would mostly be in his office. When my parents weren't there, I'll hang out with Gabby and Frank. They were my best friends and neighbors. We'll mostly stay at Gabby's place cause her mom's cooking was beyond exquisite. And more often than not, I'll have dinner there before going back to my empty house. For my 10th birthday, my parents organized a big party. My friends, family and lots of other people I didn't know were there. As they brought the cake and sang happy birthday, I looked around and thought, tomorrow all these people will be gone and I'll be alone once again, so what's the point? From there, I think something broke in me. The next day, the house was indeed empty. I went to Gabby and met her and her family having fun. Looking at them from afar, I wondered, maybe my parents didn't really love me. Maybe that's why they didn't want to be with me. Instead of joining them, I went back home, shutting myself not only into my room but into my world. Gradually, I started sinking into self-destroying thoughts. A voice in my mind kept telling, I'm good for nothing, that I'll never achieve anything, that I have no place in this world. Slowly, I started drifting away from my friends. Apart from the fact that I didn't want to hang out, the truth is I was also jealous of them for having perfect families. The school called my parents several times to discuss about my dropping grades, but they were always busy. When my mom finally went to such a meeting, she came back home and asked what was my problem. She wanted to know if I lacked anything, if people were bullying me. I wanted to shout, I want you, Mom, I want parents. But nothing came out of my mouth. Few months later, when Mom told me